like I think we're all trying to prove a point, prove some sort of point, whether it's to ourselves, whether it's to our family, whether it's to
when we
society.
do everything.
I think most of our lives are based on trying to prove some sort of point, and you may not even be conscious of what it is. Like climbing the corporate ladder. Like why are we? What's the point of climbing the corporate ladder? Outside of you just want to take care of yourself, you want to live a stable life, provide for yourself, provide for your family.
I mean,
But when that ego kicks in, though, the aspirational part of that is nothing but ego, because you don't need much to survive. If you just have enough money to clothe yourself, feed yourself, house yourself, take care of your health, you're good. We don't need anything else. When we start adding extra things on top of it, that's the ego.
You're
and that's
right,
the
but ego
validation
been around
part.
forever.
For sure.
Is it right for a king to have an ego? Mustn't a king have an ego?
Oh no, the kings they need validation more than anybody. The proof that they're worthy of being the king. Can you imagine being a king and the jester comes in and everybody laughing at that nigga? Ain't nobody ever laughed at your joke. But this nigga walk in the room one time, he funny, he charismatic, he probably look good, he dressing, he's taking all the attention from you. As a king, I gotta prove that I'm king. Off with that nigga head.
That's the jester's job. I understand what you're saying. I just think your story, the jester got a raw deal.
That's definitely his job, but
that's why you brought me here.
but it's like in the 48 Laws of Power, when it's like, don't outshine the master, because the master has an ego, and ego is usually rooted in low self-esteem. Not just talking about Trump, but he definitely exemplifies that rule more than anybody else. But usually people in leadership is driven by ego. Part of the reason you got there is because of that, right? Like you want to prove, you want to make a point. Like, I am him, I am her, and I gotta make it to the top of the top, and I can't let nobody else.
Is wanting to be the best at something ego?
Always. You don't need to be the best.
Is wanting to be the best you ego?
I want to say yes, because
to be the best.
Hold on, hear me out. I want to say yes, because acknowledging that, but also it's just, if you want to be the most complete human being you want to be, I don't think there's anything ego driven in that. But wanting to be the best at frivolous things.
Well, who determines the frivolousy of the amount of
anything that's man-made ideas. That's a man-made idea.
Everything man-made is frivolous?
Everything.
No.
Everything man-made ideals, right? Ideas, right? So not like physical things. I'm talking about ideas and philosophies and systems of being the best.
Is medicine an idea?
No, but that's not a system. That's a tangible thing created by me. I'm talking about ideas and philosophies and systems of being the best, going to the top, climbing the ladder, making the most money, getting the most girls, having the fanciest car.
So that's what I'm saying. Me being the best me is not ego driven. Then what if me being the best me and everything I do, I want to be the best at it?
You being the best you is that's you spiritually, morally. That ain't got nothing to do with what you do outside of that. That ain't got nothing with what you do in the world. Now you stepping in the.
I got pushback on that.
Go ahead.
I mean, David had to kill the lion. That happened in the world. David had to slay Goliath in front of people. That had to happen.
But that was just the arena where it was happening. I think if David had, because that's where Goliath was. If Goliath would have just been in the field and he would have got instruction from God, hey, go kill Goliath, with nobody around, I think David still would have did that because he was a servant of God. But that was just the arena.
He wanted to be the best at what he was doing. He wanted to be the best saint. It was like, hold up, y'all letting this nigga talk crazy.
I don't think he took that necessary approach.
His
approach was just mainly like, I'm not scared of that because I got the Lord with me. But I don't think it was rooted in, I want everybody to know that I'm the nigga that killed Goliath. While all y'all other big niggas was out here fighting, he was tossing y'all around. The little nigga had to. I don't think that was his approach.
Ego, and you said it's not ego if I want to be just the best me. So he wanted to be the best him, and he wanted to be the best saint. His whole thing.
But I don't think he wanted to be the best slayer of giants, though. So being the best slayer of giants is like, I want to be the best in the league. I don't think that was his approach, though.
No, I want to be the best at praising and
serving God
and doing what I'm supposed to do for my Father, my God.
Right.
So
that-
I picked
that's the best you.
to be the best me. Yeah,
That's the best you part.
The action to that. So what I'm saying is, Michael Jordan. I want to be the best me, and what I do is play basketball. So what's wrong with me wanting to be the
what you
absolute
do is not
best?
who you are, though.
What
you do is not who you are. So
why not?
the act of
because
you was
career.
gonna be you.
You mean career or no? When you say what you do,
What you do is not who you are. You, the person, Michael Jordan, the person, and the basketball player, are not the same people.
why not?
Because basketball is irrelevant. He never even had to play basketball, but he's always going to be
Why is
Michael
basketball
Jordan.
relevant?
Because basketball was always going to either never happen or it's always going to end. But Michael Jordan is always going to be Michael Jordan. He never had to be Michael Jordan to be a man of integrity, a man that works hard, a man that cares, a man
Did
who's
David have to
mild-tempered.
be David? I'm saying like we needed to tell David's story, right?
David's story was told as a showing of faith and what faith can do. But David didn't have to slay Goliath for God to make him king.
How you know?
Because it was never about David slaying Goliath to be king. It was about David's faithfulness that God entrusted him to be
It's
king.
the same thing. That's what made him slay Goliath. He was a giant.
No,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
I know. I'm saying, but his faith is what allowed him to go into it. David didn't on his
rolling
own
with
accord and say, "I'm like when you talk about being the best at something, whether it's sports, finances, social, whatever. That's an I'm thing. I gotta prove to everybody that I'm the best." David wasn't trying to prove that he was the best at slaying giants. He was just trying to prove that I serve and honor my God. So the confidence that I have is not rooted in I want everybody to see me.
What if I want to be the best, but I don't have to prove that I'm the best? What if I want to be the best because I want to be the best me?
But you
That got
want,
nothing to do with nobody else.
yeah, but you wanted to be the best you on that particular stage. I think that's where ego kicks in because they don't have to be that. If you just want to be the best you, it don't matter what stage you're on. You just like
I want to be the best me whenever. I'm
just showing out.
He didn't wake up and know that Goliath was
But
doing that. Well,
the best-
he woke up
but
him
when you say
being
the
the best
best-
him,
but-
and in that arena, what he had to do or what he was chosen to do was that.
But
So
when you say the best though,
Yeah.
now you're taking in, like, stick with your basketball thing, right? Now you're taking in who got the most points ever, who got the most assists.
I'm
ever.
not taking that in. If I'm Jordan,
if you wanna be the best, you know
I want
that.
to be the best.
You just want to be the best you,
No, I want to be the
the best basketball player,
Yeah.
right? So in order to be the best basketball player, I got to know who is the best now. Who are they considering the best now?
No, you don't.
I got to be better than that.
No, you know.
And if you mentally say I want to, consciously say I want to be the best, you're consciously saying who's the best now. I got to be better than that. And that's nothing but ego driven because you can still be the greatest Michael Jordan, the greatest Michael Smith, whoever, and it doesn't have to pertain to anything that
I
you
don't fuck
do.
with Michael Smith.
But the person that you are ain't got nothing to do with the things that you do. Now, the things that you do,
disagree.
I think the things that you do, and sometimes your ascension or the greatness that comes out of that is a reflection of who you are.
I disagree sometimes. I somewhat disagree because I do agree
Right.
as well.
Yeah,
What I'm saying is I think Michael Jordan's tenacity for winning and his dedication and sacrifice to detail, technique, and something and all those things. So what he did was him. That was him. He was crazy about winning.
But I think that's the winning part is definitely ego. But
Who wants to lose? God made you to win.
he didn't make you to win.
Yeah, he did.
Losing is a part of life. Losing is a part of life. You're going
It wasn't
to lose.
supposed to be.
You're going to lose.
It wasn't supposed to be a part of life. Not
Wait.
before sin.
But once sin entered, you're going to lose. So God, you
I said
winning.
we talking about what you was made for. Not what happened. We talking about what you was made for. You wasn't made to lose.
Well, losing wasn't a thing. But once losing became a thing, the thing that you were
That don't
made
change my
for
statement
kicks
about-
in though.
Huh?
The thing that you were made for is still active. So you were never even made. You weren't made to win or lose because the concept of winning and losing wasn't a thing. But I think that's a deeper conversation that we could have, and I think it goes deeper than what our surface level answers are. But I'm just saying, like Michael Jordan, the characteristics, the character traits that made him great on the basketball court, I think that's who he is in general. I imagine
Okay.
Michael Jordan,
I'm with you. That's my point.
maybe not as much now, because you get older, you kind of get lax a little bit, but up until a certain age, I'm pretty sure he got up at a certain time, he ate a certain way, he went to sleep a certain time, he socialized a certain way, that's just who he was. Everything he did, he probably was very detailed, very meticulous, or whatever. So of course that carries over to anything that you're gonna do. If he was filing papers, he was probably, yo, every single paper needs to be neat. I don't want no creases. I need. But at some point in time, he was like, my ego is telling me I want to be the best in this thing. I personally, I don't have to be, but in this thing, I want to be the best.
Well, I don't have to be. Why you? Well, I mean, it's your scenario, but
I'm saying he could have just came in and just played because his athletic ability afforded him the opportunity to play in the league. He could have played and just been there for
shepherds
fun.
and shepherds to the Lord as well. I'm saying, if somebody like that, why wouldn't they think that they gotta be the best?
But the idea of thinking you the best is a man-made concept, because God don't never tell us to be the best. The concept of great isn't even of God. God doesn't use great in the Bible anywhere. When he's addressing human beings, he says you're a good creation. God doesn't use, the word great is even a man-made idea. To be better than good, God told us we good enough by just saying we're good. You're a good creation. We came with the idea of great. So to be the greatest,
that's synonymous to great.
Not God addressing humans though. When God talks about us, you're a good creation. He doesn't say great at one time in the Bible. So the concept of great or being the best, that's a man-made ideology. That I gotta be better than everybody else. Jesus wasn't even trying to be better than everybody else.
The gotta be part is the part that I'm pushing back on.
Now, so are you saying somebody's willingness to work on themselves to make sure that the person is the best version is going to automatically equate to greatness?
I ain't using greatness at all.
Or
I'm saying the best. I'm saying some people who are the best at what they're the best at, that's just their makeup of who they are. I don't think it has to be ego driven. But your point, I definitely understand your point, and I think there may be a difference between Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. I think Kobe Bryant wanted to be better than Michael Jordan. I think Michael Jordan wanted to be the best. I think Kobe Bryant also wanted to be the best, but he wanted to be better than Michael Jordan, and that was going to solidify to him that he was the best. I'm not sure if Jordan was chasing anybody.
I think he was. I think Jordan...
Who? Magic?
For sure. I think Jordan was chasing everybody who the league put above him when he knew he was the best.
So he went
holding up Larry Bird. No, but I got to prove everybody else down, though.
No,
I got to show y'all.
That's ego. Remember,
I think that was 10
minutes ago. 10 minutes ago. What if it's not? I have to prove it. I want to be the best.
I think somebody like Jordan, anybody that ascends to those heights.
I mean,
I don't think you can get to that height without ego.
Yeah, you're right.
There's a fuel to ego. I think all of us have to tap into at some point in time.
Yeah, so I just think ego sometimes get a bad rap as if it's this just negative thing. And like you said, I think you need an ego to also not make the mistakes.
Sure.
You need an ego to
the fact I don't want to look bad. I don't look a certain way, so let me do the right thing.
Or if we talking about God, I don't want to misrepresent God in a certain way.
True.
So David's ego was what ended up being his demise. I don't know if that was ego.
No, for sure. David's ego was his demise. Like
that was the ego.
Him. Ego. He wanted Bathsheba and put her husband out there. Like
I don't know if that's ego.
He could have got any woman he wanted. Power is nothing but ego. David could have got any woman he wanted. Any woman. He chose a married woman and then put her husband on the front line to get killed for some coochie. Any woman you could have got. Any woman. She probably wasn't even the baddest in the village though. She probably was just one of them things like, oh, she cute, she unattainable.
She was the sexiest for sure.
Oh, she was sexy for sure.
No, the sexiest.
But she was unattainable though.
Hold on for a second. Hold on. Like and subscribe to this video. I'm going to be telling people you still be playing R. Kelly.